Around 60 people stayed overnight in these tents on the lawn of the Pitt Rivers Museum at the heart of Oxford University. The majority here are students, but some staff are staying too, and supporters from the local community. They say they will stay as long as it is effective to put pressure on the university to be open about any financial connections they have with Israel and divest from those interests.
One of our big divestment asks is to stop partnering with Barclays. The main reason that we want to divest from Barclays is that Barclays holds millions in assets for the Israeli military. So we would like to ask Oxford University to hold its assets in a different bank, one that is not complicit in Israel's genocide.
Dr. Rebecca Inglis is an intensive care doctor and regularly travelled to Gaza to train junior doctors before October 7th. She says some colleagues have been killed and others have been detained in Israel. Both universities she was teaching at have been destroyed. She is currently studying for a PhD at Oxford.
I really want to support the students in this amazing stand that they're taking. And at the moment, there are also a number of doctors who've been stopped partway through their training, so medical students who've had their training interrupted because of this current conflict. They are desperate to find some solution, some universities internationally who'll be able to take them in. And we're hoping that maybe the UK is going to come and maybe accept some of these medical students and take over now that their studies have been interrupted.
Away from the camps, the UK's Education Secretary Gillian Keegan said that Jewish students must not be intimidated by these new protests. Writing in a newspaper, she said that while freedom of expression is vital to academic communities, the camps could cause a toxic and hostile atmosphere on campuses as students are writing their final exams.
I actually find that as a Jewish student, it is so much more comforting to be surrounded by an environment of people who understand the gravity of the situation. Part of what I want to avoid is excess killing and death remaining to occur. And the truth is that tens of thousands of Israelis agree with me. You know, on the eve of the invasion, there were tens of thousands of Israelis in the streets of Tel Aviv protesting the decision to continue the war. Actually, the closest avenue to returning the hostages to their families is through a ceasefire.
So far, more than 170 staff have signed a statement supporting the students' protest and calling for divestment, and also for support for rebuilding universities for Palestinians. Jen Copestake, CGTN, Oxford.